I wanted so bad for this week's message to be light and airy and full of hope and peace. But if I don't tell you guys the truth, I'm not doing you any favors. And the truth is, there is evil all around you. Your enemy is beset on all sides, wanting you to fail in your long, hard walk up to the light. You don't believe me? Let's talk about Aleister Crowley. He called himself the Great Beast 666 and believed himself to be the Antichrist. Don't worry, he's not hiding under your bed. He died in 1947. But I'll tell you where he is hiding. He's hiding in the songs you listen to. He's hiding in the TV shows, movies. Heck, he's even hiding in the laws of today. If you don't believe me, you know, David Bowie sang a song, I'm getting closer to the golden dawn, immersed in Crowley's uniform. Ozzy Osbourne sang a song, Mr. Crowley, and Jay-Z and Beyonce, they wear the Do What Thou Wilt t-shirts. Let me explain the Do What Thou Wilt maxim. Aleister Crowley taught, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. That means whatever the flesh desires, just go get it and take it. Now, with Jay-Z and Beyonce and Marilyn Manson, even Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga and all these stars today, it's pretty much like cartoon Satanism. But let me tell you something a little bit creepier. Netflix has 3 documentaries that prop up Timothy Leary and other disciples of Crowley. They make them look like they're these erudite thinkers and super evolved, next level type people. Follow this message. It'll take you up, whether it's Timothy Leary, Ram Dass, or even Allen Ginsberg. Allen Ginsberg is in all these documentaries. They talk about how great Allen Ginsberg was. Let me tell you something about Allen Ginsberg. He was the attorney for NAMBLA. And if you don't know what NAMBLA is the North American Man-Boy Love Association. That's the kind of stuff our contemporary society is pushing on you. And just like when you're walking and you see something that pops into your brain and says, better avoid that area, that's dangerous. We've been so conditioned that we walk towards it. James 4:7. Submit therefore to God. Flee from the devil and he will flee from you. Just the opposite is happening. We flee from God and submit to the devil. Why? Might be the current school curriculum, I don't know. It might be TV, yeah, it might be the music, I don't know for sure all of it. I can't say this is why it's happening. I just know it's happening and it's everywhere. You're down in a pit, you're going to get out of the pit, but first you're going to understand what's keeping you down there. I can't tell you how many times I talk to mothers that say, I love my kids more than anything in the world. I'm like, save that shit for somebody that's never done crystal meth. I've done it. You don't love your kids more than you do crystal meth, or else we wouldn't be having this conversation. So how do we counter the attacks of the Antichrist? How do we attack back? Well, I'll tell you how. Paul wrote in Romans. He said, the mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God. Listen to that. The mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor can it. So here's the deal. All these institutions that we think are so great, like television, FM radio, Disney Channel, whatever, they're doing one thing. They're getting your mind to ignore the warnings being shot into it. They're propping up anti-Christian people like Timothy Leary, who said he is the foremost disciple of Aleister Crowley, continuing his work. They prop him up like a hero on Netflix. I'm not telling you to get rid of your Netflix. No, I'm saying understand what you're watching. Because once you understand what you're watching, then you'll understand why things are so dark right now. I don't believe it's the end times. I believe it's time for a gigantic Christian revival. And it's coming. People like you at home, people like you out in the crowd, people that have been down, people that have been looked down on for not being able to take care of your kids, not being a good person. You're going to crawl out of this hole up to the light, and you're going to do it through prayer. You're going to do it through practical righteousness. That means you're going to be good to other people. You're going to be good to yourself. And you're going to do it through studying Scripture. And today, Romans 8:7, that is your counter move to do it thou wilt, so be the whole of the law. One more time. If your mind is governed by the flesh, and not the spirit, but the flesh. If your mind is governed by the flesh, it will not submit to God's law. Indeed, it cannot submit to God's law. Thank you. I promise next week we're going to start having a little more fun over here. Who's with me? Thanks.